The woman snapped, "These seats aren't for kids like you." And before anyone could react, her hand struck one of the twins across the face. The sound echoed through first class, freezing every passenger mid-breath. The little boy looked up, stunned, his sister gripping his arm, eyes wide with tears. We didn't do anything," she whispered. The woman scoffed, clutching her pearls like she owned the plane. "You people always think you can sit anywhere you want." A few passengers gasped, but no one moved, until the flight attendant rushed over, panicked. "Ma'am, please stop." But the woman turned on her too. "Do your job and get them out of here." Then came the voice, calm, steady, but sharp enough to slice through the tension. "Is there a problem here?" Everyone turned. A tall black woman in a sleek navy suit stood at the cabin in trance, her ID lanyard glinting under the lights. The attendant stammered, "Ma'am, but the woman raised her hand. "I'll handle this." The rude passenger laughed, not realizing who she was talking to. "Who are you supposed to be?" The woman stepped forward, eyes locked on her. "I'm their mother," she said softly, "and also, the CEO of this airline." The color drained from the woman's face as whispers rippled through the cabin. The woman's jaw dropped, her voice stumbling. "Why, you're joking, right?" But no one laughed. The flight attendant straightened immediately, recognizing her boss. "Ms. Carter, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." The CEO didn't even look at her. Her eyes were locked on the woman who had just slapped her child. "You hit my son," she said, her voice calm but cold. The woman tried to speak, hands trembling. It was a misunderstanding. "They were in my seat." Ms. Carter's son lifted his chin, still holding his sister's hand. "She said we didn't belong here, Mom." The mother's jaw tightened. "These seats," she said slowly, "belong to the people I choose to put here." The woman looked around, desperate for support, but the passengers who'd stayed silent now stared at her like she was poison. A man in the back whispered, "She's the boss of the whole airline." Another muttered, "Man, she's in trouble now." Ms. Carter stepped closer, her heels clicking on the aisle floor. "You embarrassed my children, on my plane," she said quietly. "Do you know what that means?" The woman backed up, her fake confidence melting. I'll complain to the board." Ms. Carter leaned in, voice sharp. "I am the board." The cabin fell dead silent again. The woman's lips trembled. The twins exchanged a small glance. For the first time, they weren't scared anymore. The woman stuttered, I didn't know. I swear, if I'd known they were your kids." But Ms. Carter cut her off. "So respect only matters when power's involved." Her voice dropped low, quiet enough that everyone leaned in to hear. "You saw two black children in first class, and your first thought was they didn't belong. That's the problem." The woman's eyes darted around, searching for anyone to defend her. No one did. The flight attendant kept her head down, while a man in uniform muttered, "Unbelievable." Ms. Carter crouched slightly so she was eye level with her son, gently brushing his cheek. "You okay, baby?" He nodded, though his eyes were still wet. His sister whispered, "Mom, she hit him." Ms. Carter's jaw tightened. She stood again, tall and composed. "Ma'am, you're being removed from this flight." The woman gasped. "You can't. I paid for this seat." Ms. Carter didn't blink. "And I own the seat," she said. She gestured toward security standing near the cockpit door. Two uniformed guards stepped forward. The woman's confidence shattered. "Wait, please. This is a mistake," she cried, clutching her bag. Passengers started recording quietly, on their phones. As the guards approached, Ms. Carter looked her straight in the eye. "Next time you decide who belongs where," she said, voice calm but cutting, "remember this moment." The woman froze, realizing the videos, the eyes, the whispers. Her humiliation was now permanent. The guards gently but firmly took the woman by the arms. She tried to twist free, her voice trembling. "You can't do this. I'll sue. You'll regret." Ms. Carter raised her hand, and the entire cabin fell silent again. "Ma'am, this flight has zero tolerance for violence or discrimination," she said firmly. "You didn't just insult my children, you insulted every passenger who believes people deserve respect, no matter their skin color." As they escorted the woman down the aisle, someone in the back started clapping. Then another. Within seconds, the whole cabin joined in. The sound of applause filled the plane like thunder. echoing over the woman's weak protests as she was led off. One passenger whispered to his seatmate, "That's the most powerful thing I've seen on a flight." When the doors closed again, Ms. Carter turned to the twins, kneeling between them. "You two okay?" Her daughter nodded, trying to smile. "Yeah, she just scared me." Ms. Carter gave a soft smile. "People like her try to scare others because they're small inside. But we don't let that win, okay?" Her son took a shaky breath. "Mom, everyone was clapping for you." She smiled wider. "No, baby. They were clapping for you." The flight attendant approached carefully, voice nervous but sincere. "Ms. Carter, the crew is ready when you are." Ms. Carter nodded, straightening her jacket. "Then let's take off." As she walked toward the cockpit to give clearance, a man from first class called out softly, "Ma'am, thank you, for standing up like that." Ms. Carter turned, gave a small nod, and said the line that would replay online a million times later. "Respect isn't earned by money or title, it's proven when you choose to do what's right." The flight leveled out above the clouds, soft light filling the cabin. Passengers were still whispering about what had happened, but this time, it wasn't gossip. It was admiration. The twins sat quietly, now calm, their mom's jacket draped over their laps. One of the attendants brought them cookies and hot chocolate, smiling shyly. "For our bravest passengers," she said. Ms. Carter had moved to the cockpit for a quick talk with the captain, but when she came back, she noticed something, an older man in a suit standing awkwardly near her seat. He looked nervous. "Ms. Carter," he began, "I just wanted to say, I was sitting right there. I saw everything. I should have said something sooner." His voice cracked slightly. I froze. "And I'm sorry." She looked at him for a moment, then nodded softly. "Doing the right thing isn't about being perfect. It's about not staying silent next time." The man nodded, his eyes glistening a little as he returned to his seat. The twins smiled faintly at her. "Mom, are you mad?" her daughter asked. Ms. Carter shook her head. "No, sweetheart, I'm proud." Just then, the intercom buzzed. The captain's voice came through, steady and warm. "Ladies and gentlemen, this flight is operated by Carter Air, and today, we're proud to have the boss herself on board. Let's give her a hand." The whole cabin cheered again, louder this time. Passengers smiled, clapped, some even stood. The twins blushed, waving shyly. Ms. Carter looked out the window, the endless sky glowing orange in the sunset. She whispered, almost to herself, "They'll grow up knowing that no one decides their place, but them." And somewhere thousands of feet below, the woman who had started it all was sitting in an airport office, waiting for the real consequences to land. Back on the ground, the woman sat in the security office, shaking. Her phone buzzed non-stop, notifications, messages, missed calls. A guard handed it to her reluctantly. On the screen were clips from the plane already flooding social media. "Racist passenger slapped a kid on Carter Air, gets dragged off by CEO mom." The headline burned across every feed. Millions of views, thousands of comments. "Good for that mom. She deserved it." Iron Lady protecting her babies. Her face was everywhere. She covered it with her hands, whispering, "This can't be happening," but it was. An airline representative entered the room, stiff and formal. "Ma'am, your behavior today violated multiple federal aviation laws. You'll be banned from all Carter Air flights indefinitely." The woman tried to argue, but her voice cracked. I didn't mean." The rep didn't flinch. "You struck a child. And you used racial language. Intent doesn't erase damage." Meanwhile, back in the Sky Lounge, Ms. Carter sat quietly with her twins beside her. A senior attendant came by with 2 small pilot wings pinned on cards. "The captain asked me to give these to your children," she said kindly. The twins' faces lit up as Ms. Carter pinned the wings to their shirts. "Look at that," she smiled. "My little co-pilots." Her son grinned. "Mom, are we famous now?" She chuckled softly. "No, baby. We're just seen." Her phone buzzed too, a message from the airline board, "Proud of you. You showed the world what leadership looks like." She looked at her kids, then out the window again, her reflection merging with the clouds. "Maybe the world needed a reminder," she murmured, "that power means nothing without heart." As the plane prepared for landing, the passengers started clapping one more time, unprompted, Not for drama, not for a show, but out of respect. And for the first time that day, Ms. Carter smiled fully, knowing justice had flown higher than hate.